Years. We have the Persians, the Greeks, the Hasmoneans that rebuild the temple and make it larger. And at the end, we have this huge and amazing king called Herod, big builder, crazy guy that built the second temple and leaves his remainings up to today. So basically what happened over here is that Herod circles the mountain with 4 retaining walls. We just saw the southern wall, now we're seeing the western wall in front of us. In the center is the temple, twice the height of the Dome of the Rock today. The wall itself is 40 meters high, and the white section is the, what would you call the white section?
The Western Wall.
The Western Wall. A small mountain called Mount Moriah, one of the key stories in the Bible, the binding of Isaac, happens over here, and if you want to give a date, it happened 3,800 years ago. Later on, we have the first temple built 3,000 years ago. The city of David is on the slopes of the mountain, on the right. And on the peak of the mountain, we find a small temple with the 10 Commandments in the center, in the Holy of Holies, built by King Solomon. This temple stood here for 400 years, destroyed by the Babylonians. First time that Jerusalem from a physical place becomes into a symbol. Jews are sitting in Babylon, Iraq, remembering Zion. It's another name for Jerusalem. And they come back after 70 years to build the second temple. The staircase on the right, that was destroyed, and we find remainings of it in the beginning of the Western Wall today, in the area called Davidson Center, and the big bridge. Instead of going down to the valley, as people used to do, and also do today to get to the Western Wall, they have a bridge that connects between the upper city and the Temple Mount. Meaning Jaffa Gate is right there over now, and the Temple Mount is on your right, on the eastern side of us, and to connect between them we have the big bridge. And zero, meaning the level where people were living those days. As we go down, as we visit the beautiful building over here on the bridge, you should keep in mind that people weren't living underground. The only thing that was here was the bridge, sideways, everything is open to the sky at the days of the second temple. Now, as we go on, and they also destroyed the bridge. And the bridge is rebuilt by the Romans. They also rebuilt the building that is on the side of the bridge and build their own temple on the Temple Mount. And built the Dome of the Rock in the center. Now Israelis sometimes call the Dome of the Rock the Golden Dome, called it the gold, but the gold is from 1994. The original name of the place is Kubat Sakhra, the Dome of the Rock. Underneath this dome we have the foundation stone, where symbolically the world was created in Judaism, where the binding of Isaac was, where the first temple stood, second temple stood, and today we have the Dome of the Rock standing in there for 1,300 years without any changes, not earthquakes, not wars, the same place connecting us to the holy site. And the Muslims believe that Muhammad went from there up to heaven. So the holiest site for Judaism is that area, including, of course, the Muslims, that's their third holiest site in the world after Mecca and Medina. So that's what's happening on the Temple Mount. We're standing outside. The excavations are happening on the western side of the Temple Mount, and we're going to go down. So let's just go to the Mamluks. And the Mamluks fill up the valley with arches. On top of these arches, they build their houses, what's called today the Muslim Quarter. We have another quarter over here called the Mughrabi Quarter, and this was cleaned up after the 6-day war. Most of the houses were destroyed, and 2 days after the war, the plaza is open to the public. That's the plaza we saw outside.